Hi, this is Matthew. Going to talk about the next Chicago album, which is a greatest hits compilation, actually. The 23rd album is The Heart of Chicago 1967 to 1997 is what it is. And it's basically to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the founding of the band. And they wanted to have, the Columbia era and the Warner Brothers era all in one collection, which they did. A lot of people don't like that just because it's a clash of styles and stuff. But there are 2 new tracks on it, so it's worth finding if you could find it. Since there are 2 new songs available that aren't available on anything else. Well, one comes up later, but the other one has never resurfaced. And you can't stream this one anymore, but I was able to find the one song on YouTube, and I know that it's... The other one is on a compilation or 2, but I YouTubed it as well. We'll get to that. This is when I saw them in concert. The second single was the one out when I saw them. They played both. If memory serves me, they played both songs along with other hits. I wish I could find the set list, and I wish it was recorded somewhere, but it's not. Not that I know of. If anybody could find a copy of the 97 Speak from Missouri show at Hammond Student Center somewhere, let me know. I would love to grab it somewhere. I really love it. Yeah, and the Beach Boys set also, if you can find it. We'll go through the tracks, though. Be a short one. It's apart from the 2 new songs, it's stuff we've seen before. We, of course, a big disc. We only don't have any sides, so we have. We start out with "You're the Inspiration," "If You Leave Me Now," "Make Me Smile," the single version of that one, "Hard Habit to Break," "Saturday in the Park," "Wishing You Were Here," and then the new song, the only one, James Panko and Greg O'Connor. Of course, it's a new song, unreleased, of course. It is a new song produced and featuring backing vocals by Lenny Kravitz. Now, why in the world I never realized that was him, I don't know, on vocals. I know some of his songs. I like his stuff. It just, having read it, I heard the track again just now, before I did this. Oh, yeah, it's totally him. Why didn't I catch that in high school? I don't know. But I didn't. Then we move on to Color My World. And actually, the show was the first time I ever heard that song. My mom knew it. I didn't. I don't know why. It's not really played a ton, I think, is the reason. Which is sad, because it's a good song, but I never heard it before until that show. Now I know it. But I didn't know what that song was until I saw the show. Look Away is next. Here in My Heart is written by Glenn Ballard and James Newton Howard. And the recording produced by James Newton Howard, whose name rings a bell. I don't know why. The first song, the only one is Robert Lamb on vocals with Bill Champlain and Jason Shepp. This one is Bill Champlain with a little bit of Jason Shepp, and I think some backing by Robert Lamb too. I'm not sure who else, but both have horns in them, which is good. But it seems like the drummer is drumming on like a drum set or something, like a drum pad, something electronic. It seems like, but it sounds good. But a little bit of electronic-y drums, perhaps. I'm not sure, though. Then we go to Just You and Me. Does anybody really know what time it is? That's the single version of that. Will You Still Love Me? Beginnings. And we end with the full version of Hard to Say I'm Sorry / Get Away, which is great. Yeah, it did. Both of the new singles were adult contemporary hits. Hear My Heart did much better than the only one. I liked them both. Played them both. Well, yeah, I played them both quite a bit. The only one I think I played more, just because it was the first thing I heard that night. The Hear My Heart they played later, I think. Oh, of course it doesn't give. Wikipedia says anything about the. Nope, nothing about the production people or anything. So I don't know if there's any additional people or anything that's not listed here. It's an interesting album. A lot of people again don't like the clash of 60s, 70s with 80s and kind of some newer material on one disc, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it for the two new tracks. I got it for Christmas that year after I saw them. I'm pretty sure it was Christmas time when I got yeah, I know it was. I listened to it on the way back to Springfield. We used to together in the Kansas City area, but most people have passed away now and have not done that for a number of years now. But that was when I got that Christmas. Yeah, I think I already had the other. I'm not sure if I had the Greatest Hits album yet. I think I just had this. I think I got Greatest Hits. I think after some point. I don't recall exactly when I got that, but in November, of course, the highlight was getting a CD player for my birthday. I actually had a Discman, and we got a stereo. It had a CD player in that too. So my first foray into CDs this collection was one of my first ones I ever had on CD. So yeah. But next time we'll go to the volume 2 that came out the following year with, I don't recall any new singles off of that. We'll do that next time. And we'll go to that one and kind of fill in the gaps that this one left open. There's no 2 Rhino set after that is chronological and is basically the same thing with more songs. And it only gives us, I believe, Hear My Heart is the only thing that sits on that one. But it goes through the whole, it goes through, even the big band album has a track on it. But we're not there yet, but that's just kind of a preview. But we'll do that one next. We'll do the Heart Chicago 1967 to 1998, Volume 2, next time. Let me make sure I get this album name correct before I get over here really quick and make sure I get the album name correct. First, how it lists the years. Okay, here it is. Okay, yeah, okay, make sure that the numbers are both all present. Okay, they are, but that's for the labeling purposes. I wanted to double check really quick. But yeah, that will do it for this one, and next time we will go to 1998 for that second volume and see what's on there. It's obviously some things I hadn't heard up to that point, which I know now, but I didn't know until I got that one. Most of them I knew. There were just a couple I didn't at the time. I'm not sure, but I don't think I knew a couple off of there. Yeah, I definitely had, some things I'd heard kind of in the interim that I hadn't known, but I did know then, and of course I remember. Okay, there is one new song off this second one. That's right. Back when they released to publicize those Today concerts on the Today show, they played, and I got to hear them play that new song and some other songs. I guess they still have those, but I've never. That was always on in the summertime when they would have that, when I wouldn't be in school. So it was always on Fridays, and I always wanted to know who was playing. Make sure I knew every week who was playing. I would get up and watch those. I try to get about 8:30 and watch them Central Time. So I missed that. That'll do it for this video, though. We'll see you guys in the next one when we hit the next volume and get the remainder of the songs that weren't on this one.